Plants, us, and climate change. How important are plants in our everyday lives? Plants are all around us, not just outside in nature. Every day you use plants and products that are made from them. Around your house, there are products made from plants everywhere. From wood walls and the furniture of your home, the cotton fabric of your clothes and blankets, and the shampoo and soap you use. And of course, the food you eat. Plants are everywhere. We need plants in many different ways to keep us warm, healthy, and safe. The plants we use every day come from nearby and far away. Plants come from many different habitats, like large forests, prairies, wetlands. Some plants even live in the ocean, lakes, and rivers. All of these plants come from different habitats. Each of these habitats have a different climate. Do you know what climate means? Climate is sort of like the weather, but it's a bit different. Weather changes every day, but climate is measured over a long period of time. Look out your window right now. Is it sunny? Cloudy? Is it raining or snowing? This is the weather for today. Weather can change every day. It might be sunny today or raining tomorrow. Climate is different from weather because climate is the average weather that a place or habitat has over the course of years. For example, in January, the rainforest is probably wet and maybe warm. But the prairies in January will be very cold and have snow. Each of these places might have the same weather on certain days. For example, it would rain in both places on the same day, or be sunny or cloudy. But if you lived in these places for a long time, you'd notice the climate is very different over a long period of time. You'd probably have totally different clothes to live in each place, because the climate of the places is so different. So that is the difference between weather and climate. Weather changes every day, but climate is the average weather of a habitat measured over a long period of time. So the plants that are important to our everyday lives live in many different habitats with different climates, like this forest. Plants are important for the products we use, but plants play an important role in their habitats. We learned in the last lesson that when a climate in a place changes, such as the amount of water or light available, this affects the plants too, and can affect the animals that depend on them. Just like different habitats have their own climate, the Earth as a whole has its own climate too. Let's investigate. This is the Earth. The Earth has the perfect temperature to keep all the living things happy. You and me, and all animals and plants depend on the Earth in the right temperature. We call this the Earth's climate. How does the Earth stay at the right climate? High above us, the atmosphere is like the glass of the greenhouse that lets in heat and light from the sun and allows some of the sunlight to reflect back out. This heat and light from the sun warms the Earth, and the excess heat is reflected back into space. So the planet stays the right temperature. However, humans are producing gases from the pollution we create. These gases are staying in the atmosphere. For example, when you waste food and throw it away. When you throw away food, you waste all of the energy that the plants use to grow. And adding to that, all of the energy needed to bring the waste to the landfill, and the waste itself gives off more greenhouse gases. Just like a thicker glass on a greenhouse would, these gases are trapping more heat on the Earth than we are used to. We call these gases greenhouse gases because of their effect on warming the planet, like if we were in a greenhouse. There are other sources of greenhouse gases all around us, and we could use them in many of our daily activities. None of these greenhouse gases are always bad. In fact, many are important and produced naturally. One of the greenhouse gases is carbon dioxide, a gas you are breathing right now. The problem happens if we produce too much of these greenhouse gases, which causes the temperature of our planet to rise and our climate to change. We call this climate change. Climate change causes issues for plants and animals. including us. As the temperature of the planet rises, this can cause problems around the world, like droughts, floods, forest fires, and other changes in our weather. So, how do plants help climate change? How do plants help climate change? There are many ways that plants help people, animals, and the planet. One important thing that plants do, it's a help against climate change, is that they remove one of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, from the atmosphere. Some carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is good, but we have over 30% more carbon dioxide on our planet than we did 150 years ago. Plants remove the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide from the atmosphere during photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is how plants produce food. During photosynthesis, plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide from the air to produce energy they need to live. During photosynthesis, plants also release oxygen back into nature to help us breathe. People and animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants do the opposite. During photosynthesis, plants use carbon dioxide from the air and then release oxygen that animals and humans use to breathe. The more plants we have, the more carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere. Because carbon dioxide is one of the most abundant greenhouse gases, removing it from the atmosphere helps to fight climate change and stop the warming of our planet. This is just one way that plants help our planet. When plant habitats are healthy, our planet is healthy too.